Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Before we get into this one, if make sure you hit that big red button down below. We're trying to get to 10k as soon as possible. Today's video though is going to be a little bit of analysis and highlight from the pre-season friendly against Hannover. So sit back, relax, and I will hopefully talk you through a few things where we could have improved, where we did stuff well, and where we could do better. So yes, enjoy. So the first clip I'm going to look at is this one. So the ball actually is a bit of a mistake. Joe Rodon takes a poor touch and then gets it back to Darlow. But what Darlow does well is he stays calm and he doesn't just hoof the ball. So you'll watch the ball now go all the way out wide there to Firpo. Actually, no, it's not Firpo. It's Gruev who's come deep into defence to pick that ball up. You can see Firpo's actually over there on the touchline. And because we've moved the ball fast, we've switched the point of attack. So all of these Hannover players now, you can see, are going over to this side. They're all looking towards the ball. So the first thing that he does is get his head up and play it into Brendan Aronson. And Brendan Aronson picks up the ball and he wants to go forward. So he drops the ball off and then makes a run down the line. You can see he drops the ball there. Let's go back 15 seconds. Let's go back to the whole start of this and we'll watch it through as a whole move here. So the ball back to Rodon there. Bit of a heavy touch, plays it back to Darlow. But bang, quickly out there to Gruev, who's dropped in to get it. Then Aronson comes short for it, gives options, moves the ball fast to Firpo. Back down here, Ampadu, lovely poked ball down the line there, and easily Leeds are on the attack here. And then as Aronson comes inside the box, he's obviously created an opportunity for himself, and Leeds have had a shot there on goal. Great bit of play there from Leeds by moving the ball quickly. This is exactly what you allow yourself to do. Byram as well brings the ball back inside to Ampadu, and then Ampadu tries to play it forward. Here's Joel Peru, and then the ball is eventually cleared away, but Leeds are keeping up the pressure in these situations, which is good to see. We're moving the ball fast and we are actually keeping the ball in these situations. Ampadu again showing for the ball, Gruev showing for the ball, trying to, so a lot of the time you've seen Ampadu and Gruev maybe, or whoever the midfield two are, you've seen that there may be both back here on the halfway line, but look how high up they are. They're giving options in the final third almost and trying to create something and switching the point of attack. So it's really good to see that we're still trying to move the ball fast. Second clip we're going to see is actually the Gruev goal, but this is an example of us pressing high, which, yes, last season, potentially at times we did press high, but we didn't press massively high. You can see Hannover had the ball here. A minute ago, they took the ball off Nonto and they had safe possession. So the centre-back comes out and drops it off to the left-back, but what Nonto does is quickly turns around, gives good body shape to force him to go back inside and then all the way back to the goalkeeper. And then a mistake here from the defender, and on it like a flash is Ilya Gruev, and he makes a run beyond the defender. His first attempt is saved by the goalkeeper and he can go around then. But if you just look at the positions of the Leeds players, let's have a look here. So the ball came here from the goalkeeper and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Leeds players. So when the ball comes back into this middle area of the pitch, A, he can pick up the ball there, Gruev, and B, he's got options left and right of where he wants to pass the ball. Good little turn out of his feet and you've got space then, and what he does is runs beyond the defenders. Look, that's poor defending from Hannover. These players all had their back to the runner facing the man with the ball. Fair enough, 1 or 2 of them, not 3 or 4, and then this one just let his runner go as well with Gruev, and Gruev is able to finish it off. But nevertheless, good bit of pressing from Leeds, and it ended up in a goal, so that's good to see. And a goal from midfield for Ilya Gruev, so let's see what they've been cooking up in when the season starts. Hopefully some more goals from midfield. Again, just a simple one here. Look at the press that Leeds maintain here. I mean, this is literally Pascal Struijk up here. The ball goes there, but it's forced to go backwards. And Pascal Struijk, who's actually playing left centre-back, was all the way up there. The goalkeeper takes his kick instantly, causes an error because of the press on the goalkeeper, the pressure that they're putting on, and then generally a goalkeeper will go out to his fullbacks with a kick like that and try and chip it, and that's the second time now that Nonto's been able to cut out one of those passes. So it's good to see that we're pressing this high. I don't remember us pressing this intensely. Obviously it's a pre-season game, but I don't remember us pressing this intensely last season. And Nonto obviously able to win the ball back, and then you've got Ampadu and Gruev again linking up in those higher positions with a chance for Leeds to go forward again. Again here, I'm really impressed with the pressing so far. Look how many Leeds players, look how many yellow shirts are up here. Hannover are a team who like to play out from the back. They've got 3 at the back. They like to play the ball out and slowly play through the lines and climb up the pitch that way. But look here, Leeds have so many players here that Joel Peru cuts off that passing option. Then once the ball comes here, he cuts off that passing option. And eventually he forces them to go long, and then Joe Rodon could get it. Leeds can win the ball straight back again. It's really simple but effective pressing. Another really, really good move here from Leeds as Rodon gets the ball. Nice little chip ball down the line to Nonto, who drops it off for Jorginho. Jorginho with the turning loves to do, and a great ball back down the line. Look how fast we go from front to back there. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 seconds from front to back and we're already down that end of the pitch. It's really, really good football. Good fast flowing attacking football, utilising the wings. It's really good to see. Just a quick one here. I want you to appreciate the quickness and the execution of this pass by Ampadu. You can see here, as before he even received the ball, he's checked right, he's checked left, he's constantly scanning. He realises that no one's near him, no one's going to close him down. He takes a look, sees that these 2 players are here, and he sees Nonto, or actually sees Byram running beyond Nonto on that right wing, and he just hits a long, raking ball right down to Byram, who brings it back inside. And look, before Byram's even had a chance to pass, it's Ampadu who comes and picks the ball up again. It's just great central midfield play from a holding midfielder especially. Great play from Ampadu. Can I just say, these are our 2 holding midfielders. This is what I'm talking about with how high we are in this press. Gruev and Ampadu are our 2 holding midfielders. You've got a winger here, number 10, and a striker, and they're the kind of box that's marking off. As a 4, I'm going to look out for that throughout the game, whether it's going to be a 4 like that, that are always, when the goalkeeper's taking his kick, are they always going to be 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there to mark off the 2 holding midfielders of the opposition team? And maybe that's why they're that high up, because that's their 2 holding midfielders and they're basically going to meet them. But it's interesting to see that Leeds are really, really going for this high press. Leeds' second goal here, and it comes from the press. I think Leeds are going to really press high this season. Goalkeeper goes to take his goal kick here, right? Okay, it actually goes to his man. But look who this is. This is Joe Rodon, who's come charging up from the back because that's his man that he's come forward with. He's then forcing him backwards towards his own goal. He gets helped out by Sam Byram, who forces him this way. So that means that this player now, even though this player is blocking off Joe Rodon, if Sam Byram wasn't there, he'd be blocking him off and that would allow him to go down the line. That'd be good play from Hannover. But Byram cuts off that option completely, which forces him to go back inside towards his own goal, which he doesn't want to do. And then when he does go back inside, Gruev wins the ball quickly. And look, before the ball has even been won by Gruev, Jorginho is looking at that. Look at that gap. This is awful defending from Hannover. Let's not make no bones about it. This is terrible defending from Hannover. But you have to be there in the right place at the right time. Jorginho, bang, straight into feet. This defender can't even get to Joel Peru by the time he just smashes it in the back of the net, and it's 2-0. It's really good pressing, high pressing football. It reminds me a lot of Bielsa because it seems as though a lot of the time we might actually be going man for man. They're 2 midfielders, because they're going so deep to try and get the ball. We're pressing our 2 holding midfielders so high up, and then Joe Rodon's following his striker all the way back when he's come and received the ball. It seems a little bit like a bit of a man-for-man press at this point, but we'll see how that develops throughout the rest of the game. But yeah, at the moment, it's creating us a lot of chances. This goal was called offside for Hannover, but this is literally the kickoff after we've just scored. He plays it back and he has a look up and basically plays one long ball over the top. Our defenders aren't switched on yet. Yes, he's offside, but if he'd have been a few yards back, he still would have been in that position in the middle of the goal to receive that ball. No one was tight enough to him. One of them's got to talk to each other. That could be the fact that Rodon and Strauch haven't played together for quite a while, but they've got to make sure that they get that right, because instantly he's there ready to chip the ball over the goalkeeper. It's a really good finish, but it was offside. But we've got to be careful of that. We've just scored. You can't be getting sucker punched like that. I know it was offside, but you can't be getting yourself in those situations regardless. Leeds have been really, really good in this game so far, but we have given away a chance that should have been a goal here. If you watch this move here, at the moment, it looks like Leeds are in a pretty good situation with the midfield and the defence. So you've got Peru, Jorginho, and then you've got your four across the midfield there. That should be fine. That should be okay. But what happens is this defence, this midfield splitting pass goes all the way past our whole midfield. And then suddenly they've got a bit of space in here. So when the ball gets cut back here, this player here, we should have Gruev or Ampadu tighter there. Whoever wants to pick that man up, somebody's got to be picking him up. And then, of course, Joe Rodon's got to keep an eye on the number 9 here, the striker. But what actually happens is, again, this player still, Gruev, should be tracking that runner. Now, this is something that Gruev actually struggled with last season, tracking that runner, trying to get back there. So he should be in front of him, if not as close to possible, maybe next to him, goal side of him at least. And then here, Joe Rodon basically hasn't checked his shoulder enough. He needs to keep an eye, keep scanning and checking, because by the time the ball gets to the defender here, the attacker here, our defender, Joe Rodon, is trying to turn on his heels and he can't quite get to it. If you see the replay here, look, Joe Rodon, you can see his body position. He's like that. He's realised that the ball's going behind him. He's leaning backwards because he's got to turn. There's no way he's going to be able to turn in time, and that attacker is going to be able to set himself for a shot way before Rodon's able to turn. That just comes down to match sharpness, I think. Joe Rodon's a good enough defender to know what he needs to do there. I think that's a little bit of rustiness, not being too sharp, but their striker here, the Hannover number 9, should have definitely finished that one off and punished us. Another really good move from Leeds here. If you watch from this throw-in starting with Junior Firpo, they do a really good move, but the decision-making just needs to be better. So the ball comes back here, finds its way to Ampadu, plays it forward into Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson just manages to get the ball back to Jorginho, and he turns quickly, goes past him, and does really well to get the ball back to Aronson here. This is where the decision-making needs to be better. Look how much space Jorginho has there. Look how much space he's in. This defender is backed off and backed off. He doesn't really need to back off that far. This defender can afford to halve that distance. If he halves that distance, if Aronson himself comes back inside, the defender can go back and do that space there. But because he's playing 3 at the back, his other centre-back partner has got this player here, Peru in this case, and his other defender has got Nonto in this case. So defensively, it's not very good from Hannover. But Aronson should be picking out Jorginho in that much space. Even to here, he's got that much space. And he cuts inside, it's too long, and just blasts it over the bar. Decision-making's got to be better. Aronson, don't get me wrong, has been really good so far in this game from what I've seen. But this situation here, he should have passed the ball into Jorginho. Jorginho had a clear shot on goal and a lot of time to take it. So decision-making needs to be better, but hopefully that should come with match sharpness. Goal number 3 here, this time from Mateo Joseph. There's been a few substitutions, well, a lot of substitutions, but someone that is consistent in this is Ethan Ampadu, as he picks the ball up in his own defensive line and brings it forward, gives it to Joe Rothwell, who plays it into Joe Rodon here. Oh, sorry, plays it out wide, and then Joe Rodon gets it back now. Look how fast this play is. This is why we scored here, right? Ampadu gets the ball here into Joe Rothwell. Bang from Joe Rodon, straight into the feet, dropped off. Look how fast that is. Bang into Somerville, who can just poke it through to Mateo Joseph with a really good finish, I must say. But let's look at this again. Look, Ampadu, Rodon, bang into Peru's feet. The first thing Peru do is just tap, just a little bounce pass, drops it off to Somerville, who's already wanting to go towards goal. You can see that Mateo Joseph here knows exactly where the space is, and it's here. So he goes with his man, and then just there, he makes the run. He gets in the blind spot of this defender and then makes the run, a curved run behind him to stay onside. Somerville instead uses all that space. Really nice little pass into him. Then Mateo Joseph finishes it off. Again, it's what we're talking about. Move the ball quickly and you will score goals. It's great stuff. Don't ever accuse me of not giving goalkeepers credit on this channel, because we're going to do some goalkeeper analysis here. Meslier here, look, for a start, the defending's not great. Joe Rodon gets absolutely skinned there. What he should be doing is trying to show him away from goal, and what he's doing is actually allowing him to go inside there. He thinks he's probably going to come back to the edge here, but if Joe Rodon, stands his ground and stops him going into this space here, he's got to trust that his teammate, somebody like Pascal Struijk, might come out and block that shot there. But instead, he gambles and lets him go on the inside. But Meslier here, good body shape, good body position. Again, what we talked about here, this is now Joe Rothwell's man now that Ilya Grua has been taken off. But again, there's a player here. Look how much space this player has inside the box. He should not be getting that much space. Rothwell should be there. Nevertheless, Meslier gets down, times it so well and just bats the ball away from his feet. And then a good block after that as well by, I think, Struijk, and Leeds are able to get the ball away. Defending should have been better. Goalkeeping was good. Bit of our new signing, Bogle now, and this is something that we didn't have too much last season. If you see, Somerville always gets fouled here, but Firpo then goes across to Bogle. Bogle plays the ball into Gnonto's feet there, and a lot of the time last season, whoever was playing fullback for us, right back especially, would then, I mean, it was Archie Gray a lot, so he's not necessarily the overlapping type of fullback given that he was a central midfielder. But the thing that Bogle does is doesn't watch his pass and go, oh, I've done a good pass there. Instantly, look at the sprint he gets on to get there on the other side. Ball back across the box. It's unlucky not to make its way to somebody like Joel Peru, but the desire to go past his man, to get to the byline and cut the ball back, I think will create countless opportunities for us to score this season. So it's something to look out for. Bogle going beyond his man, getting that sprint on, getting the ball back across the box. I think it's going to create a lot of chances for us. Just got to the bit where Leeds conceded a goal here, and it's really, really poor play. Pascal Struijk with a really unconvincing back pass. Meslier does well with it to try and clear it away like this. So first of all, I think that just comes down to rustiness, comes down to not being match ready, match fit, and he won't make that kind of mistake normally. But it's how we react to it that is why obviously we concede a goal from it. So for a start, we're all out of position. Ampadu was playing in central defence. You've got Rodon going this way and Ampadu going this way. They've both gone the same way away from the ball, and that obviously allows this player with space. Nobody closes him down quick enough. Again, Gruev could be there. You could have Pascal Struijk coming out quicker to him. Really good finish. Meslier perhaps could have done better with it. It wasn't right in the top corner, but Leeds need to be aware that making mistakes like that isn't something that you can do and not be punished, even by what I think has been quite a poor Hannover team. But look at the space that he's been given and the time that he's given to shoot here. Meslier perhaps could have done better, but realistically, we should not be giving anyone that much time around the edge of the box to be able to shoot. So it's our sharpness, it's our getting out and closing down players. It needs to be faster than that. Of course, this is a pre-season friendly, but when I'm giving these criticisms, I'm talking about in the future. If we're to carry on, we need to make sure we cut out those mistakes before the start of the season, and that's what pre-season's for. Let's just have a quick look at this pass by Charlie Crew. Ampadu with the ball here, gives it back to Verba, who's come on at left back, to Matteo Joseph, and then into Charlie Crew. And he looks up here. He's got a couple of options. He could either try and play it short into Rothwell, into this kind of space here. He could do a bit more of a risky pass and play a low-driven ball through the middle for Joe Gelhardt. But what he does well is switch the point of attack with this long raking ball. Look at this. Little bit of slice on it. Makes it go perfectly out wide there for Bogle. And it just opens up the fact that all of these players now have to readjust. You've now got Gelhardt, who can make those runs there, and Joe Rothwell, who's got all this space along with Matteo Joseph here to run into. Obviously, Joffy then gets the ball, and Leeds do have to go backwards a little bit and recycle the possession, but the idea is there that you can create something just by switching the point of attack, and Ampadu's obviously got that in the locker. We've seen now that Charlie Crew's got passes like that, so it's a good tool to have. Just a quick look at this corner delivery because it's actually good. Joe Rothwell obviously coming in on loan. He's going to give you a bit of set piece taking. Decent corner delivery flicked on there by DeBayo, and Ampadu should have done better with that at the far post. But decent corner delivery. Look, it beats the first man onto kind of like the 6-yard line in the middle. It's always got a chance. It's good set piece taken. Another good little move here from Leeds after Jayden Bogle takes this throw in. And what I was talking about before with being able to play those long passes, Joe Rothwell seems to have that one in the locker as well. As the ball gets pinged into him, great ball there from Jayden Bogle. Look at the space that he has here, and he turns, and the first thing he thinks is forward. Great pass over the top for Somerville, and then Somerville has the chance to come back in and play that ball. But again, like we said with Ethan Ampadu before, when he played that long ball and he was the one to receive it, that's Joe Rothwell after playing that long ball. So he's got there, he's able to give the ball inside, or give an option at least, and then Ampadu goes and blasts that one over the bar. But the idea is there of Joe Rothwell playing that ball and then going and getting all the way there to be an option to receive it as well. It's really committed midfield play, and I like it. It seems to be a philosophy with a lot of our midfielders, so it's good stuff to see. Another good bit of play here, good centre-forward play here from Mateo Joseph for his second goal. You can see he's here, and it's not obviously the optimum position for scoring a goal, but what he does is he utilises this space here, and you can see he stays in that blind spot there, and when the ball does come to him, he's able to then get into that chance there. Look, but he doesn't get it straight away. The ball isn't going to be able to get in the back of the net for there, so he recycles possession. He gives the ball out wide, and then what he does is he's all the way out here, and a lot of the time you see Joel Peru maybe not come back inside and not come and take back up his good striking position, but the ball goes out, recycled again back to Bogle, but you see the desire and the point, he's literally points like that to say that's where I want the ball across there. Bogle does his job perfectly, exactly why he's been bought. Gets the ball across to Mateo Joseph. First time on his left foot, lets it come across his body and just guides it into that far corner. It's really good centre forward play. It's proper number 9 play, that. Being able to say, okay, I'm not going to get the ball in this opportunity, recycle it, come back outside and make that run into the box again, fresh, to try and get into a shooting position, and he does it perfectly there and scores the goal. So really good centre forward play, and a second goal for Mateo Joseph, who I'm really liking the look of for a starting spot in our 11 come the start of the season. Now, this is not really analysis, but it did just make me laugh that footballers are human too. They're also really awkward, and in this moment, I'm pretty sure, because Ampadu's down here, I'm pretty sure Melier starts making small talk with Debayo about how good this pitch is in Germany, because Debayo starts tapping the ground and they're just making like really awkward small talk. So footballers are human too, and they're just as awkward as you and I might be sometimes when we've got to make conversations with people we don't know particularly well. So just enjoy that one. This is a really small thing here, but just watch what Charlie Crew does here. So the ball comes back here. It's cut out there by Charlie Crew. Watch his body shape. He's coming towards the ball. Obviously, this player thinks the point of contact is going to be around here in front of Charlie Crew. But what he does well is he really uses his body well. Look, just opens it up at the last minute and pops it out to the other side. It's not groundbreaking, right? But for a young player of his age to be doing stuff like that, that's when, I'm not comparing him to Archie Gray, and I'm not saying he's going to be Archie Gray, and I'm not putting too much pressure on him. But when I say like maturity, football immaturity beyond their years, to be able to do little things like that, those are the things that you can implement once you've got all the basics down to a T. But just doing that little sort of thing, getting yourself out of a tricky situation like that, obviously it didn't come to anything, but it releases the players around you and it allows them to trust you a little bit more when the ball's coming to you in a tight situation like that. It's being press resistant. It's really good to see for someone of his age. It's really, really good to see. Just having a look at this little defensive part here, where it's part good defending, part not so good defending. The ball's around the edge of the box, and at the moment you're forcing them backwards. You've got players in numbers. You've got your back four here. You've got Bogle, Debayo, Strauch, and Verber across the back line there, and you've got Joffe, Crew, Ampadu, Rothwell there, marking those situations, basically in the banks of four that they should be in. When you look down here, it's a really good line splitting pass from the Hannover player, but Verber should be a little bit more alive to it. Nonto should be a little bit more alive to it. He manages to get the ball there. Again, Pascal Strout's positioning is quite good there, because it's not, look, there's a path where he does get the ball to him, but Pascal Strout's positioning, see, it's enough where he can step across and get it. That's what we we're talking about before, when just being that yard or two tighter to the player can really, really make a difference, or even just a yard or two tighter to the passing line. Like, he's positioning himself there in a way in which he can go both ways. If it goes in front of him towards the goal, he can step in and cut that out. If it goes slightly behind him to that other player that's waiting, he can step in and cut it out. And that's exactly what he does there, Pascal Strout. So it's good defending. And we need a little bit more of that positional sense, because a few times in this game, maybe it's down to rustiness, lack of match sharpness, but you just need to be able to be in the right place at the right time to cut out those passing situations. Just want to show you here how quickly Leeds get it back into position. Okay, we lose the ball with Joe Gelhardt, and suddenly the ball is played forward to their winger. At the moment, you've got a 3-on-2 in this situation. If this guy can cut inside and play that ball inside, then they've got a 3-on-2 situation. But what Leeds do really well is Bogle forces him out wide. Instantly, everybody slots back into the positions. DeBio gets back into that centre-back role. You've got Pascal Strout there. Pascal Strout probably needs to come across here a little bit, but Ampadu can also do that job if Verba tucks inside slightly, bearing in mind you could have a player out here as well. Instantly, Leeds are basically taken out the game by this pass that switches over to that side. But again, get back in again. Pascal Strout now swaps his role, comes out here. You've actually got Somerville and Crew as the other two defenders. But as long as you've got players there in those situations to stop that, like Pascal Strout does there, it allows you so much more of a chance. And here you are with the ball coming away again from that defensive situation, as Somerville can come forward with it. Good little ball down the line to Mateo Joseph, and it's created an attack. Good defensive structure can lead to good attacking moments. And so when we're able to get back in so quickly there, get our shape exactly the way that Farke wants us to be shaped in defence, and get the ball and win it back, you can then go forward because you've got the players to do so. So, yeah, it's really good to see. Just a few final thoughts on that game then that did finish 4-1 to Leeds United. I thought we started really, really well in that first half, and it seemed to me like it was a little bit more of a let's test out our pressing, let's press really, really high, see what we can do with it. We did really well with it, created a load of chances, I was really happy with that. Obviously changed a load of players throughout the game, and eventually ended up with, I think there was only one player that was on the pitch the entire time, and I think that was Pascal Strout, because I think even Ampadu came off at the end for Harry Gray for a short amount of time. But I was impressed with a lot of the youngsters. I thought DeBio, Charlie Crew, some of the other ones as well that came on did really, really well to basically not look out of place at all. Ampadu stand out, was really, really good. Defensively, maybe we could work on a few things, but because we're an attacking side, you can kind of forgive that sometimes, and we did really well going forwards. I thought Aronson was good. He got involved in a lot of that attacking play in those early phases. Particularly impressed with Mateo Joseph centre forward play. Hannover themselves, really not a great team, but it does give you an idea of the kind of football that Leeds are going to play this season. Structurally, we were in a 4-2-3-1. There was no three at the back today. It was much the same as what we've seen over the course of last season in terms of actual shape in that 4-2-3-1. But like I said in those clips, a lot of the time, the two holding midfielders for us were getting really high up. I don't know if that's just because they only had two central midfielders because they were playing three at the back, and they were going short to try and get the ball off the goalkeeper, and we went with them, and whether that's something that will basically go man for man in the midfield from goal kicks, that remains to be seen. But what I thought we did well was press really high, create a load of chances, score a load of goals, and get some minutes in the legs for a lot of our players. So it was a really good run out. I enjoyed watching it back. Let me know if you want me to do this for the other pre-season game. I'm assuming that this won't get demonetized because it's not. It's just LUTV, and I'm changing it by analysing it. So hopefully it doesn't. But if you enjoyed it, let me know by commenting and liking down below. And also let me know whether you would want me to do this on the other game as well, and see if there's any differences between these two games. But thanks for watching Leeds Lately, and I'll see you in the next one.